Hi, welcome to the Intervention channel. I'm Steve Bruno, and the subject of this video is hopelessness. This is common not only among family members, but certainly among addicts and alcoholics. Hopelessness is difficult to overcome, especially if you're a family member and the person that you love, the drug addicted or alcoholic person that you care about, is grinding you in about why you should be hopeless, i.e., you'll never get me into the program. I'll never go. So why try? Right? Trying to drive their family members into a state of apathy or why try sort of a thing in order to just continue doing what he's doing. So hopelessness is often capitalized upon by a using addict or alcoholic. So keep that in mind. It's capitalized upon. Now, this is not a premeditated thing, so I never suggest, in fact, I would highly advise against calling the person on it, saying, well, you're just trying to drive me into hopelessness. Okay, that's not going to sell tickets. But to recognize it is what is important, that hopelessness can be replaced with hope, with a new day, with a sunny, bright new day, if you take action. What hopelessness is trying to do with you is to drive you into a state of inaction, right? This is what you see in a using addict who is not pursuing the help that is offered to him. Often he's hopeless. That was my condition. When my family came to me to go to a 7th program, you think I was hopeful? I'd been through treatment 6 friggin' times. I had tried to clean up on my own numerous times. I felt very hopeless, just as hopeless as many of my family members did. I mean, my parents had to bribe and cajole and bend people's arms behind their back until they said uncle, just to get other family members to show up at my intervention because they had given up. And I certainly don't begrudge them that frame of mind. I mean, I was spending the family legacy on treatment programs, for Christ's sake. But if they had not done that, I would not be here. I would not have helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families. I would not be leading a pretty good life all the way around, I have to say, and helping others. I would not be here right now. So you never know what the silver lining is going to be. I mean, not that I'm all that in a piece of cake, but I've helped hundreds of families. I've wrote a book. I'm putting together this channel. And when I went into treatment, I had a broken down car. I had 3 garbage bags full of God knows what crap I had. I had a 6-foot lizard, 2 kittens, a tangerine iMac. Some of you will remember those. And no hope. If you want to read the story, it's in my book, More Than Hope. Speaking of hope, it's called More Than Hope, Intervention Guidebook. That's available on Amazon and Kindle. There's a link below if you'd like to purchase it. But it's important to recognize this in others as well. People will try to stay right where they are and do nothing based on hopelessness. What's the point? We've gotten them into treatment before. It didn't work. Treatment doesn't work, right? That's not true. Treatment can often be a multi-effort. I mean, it can, be a multiple, the person will have to do it multiple times over. I'm sorry. Some people clean up right after the first shot. That's not as common. But there is always hope for people. I believe that if a person has an ounce of good in him or her, and according to their most recent behavior, you may not even believe that exists, but I do. I think that not only is man basically good, but addicts tend to be exceptionally good, which is why they get as stuck as they do. They tend to be very sensitive, highly intelligent, which is why they always have a plan, right? They always have a plan that doesn't involve going to treatment. Well, I don't need to go to treatment, I have a plan. Anyway, that's a subject for another day. But hopelessness is important to understand as something that you need to overcome, and to overcome it, you simply need to face it. That you say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling hopeless, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no hope. If you're not going to help the person, then just make the decision. Say, I'm at this point, I'm done. It's been too much over too many years, and I'm not going to help them. At least you will have made a choice. But if you want to help the person, help them. even if it's their seventh treatment program. I can attest to the benefit of that. What goes hand in hand with hopelessness is apathy, which is an emotional state where you just feel like you don't care anymore. So watch out for that. It's simply an emotional state. It doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't hope. Another thing I'll just mention briefly is the emotional state of panic. There is no benefit to working in a panic. Panic can appear to be actively doing something. In other words, you see somebody in a panic, say it's the mother, she's in a panic about things. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, I'm going to call this, I'm going to do this. You know, we need to blah, 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 blah. And it's just sort of frantic confusion, actually. And there is no scenario, typically, 99.9% of the time, there is no scenario in which panic will equate to strategy. Okay? I know it's easier said than done, but you need to just calm down, take a breath, and if you want to get a result, if you're in a panic, the best thing you can do is to slow down and take time to plan. The same thing goes for hopelessness and apathy. Speed up, right? Sit down, make the call, pick up the phone, call people in the family, get them together. Start talking about solutions. Don't take no for an answer. If somebody else is apathetic and hopeless, work on that person. Often I have to do an intervention on a family member before I can do an intervention on the addict, because the family member is not working with me because they're feeling hopeless or are in a panic, too much of a panic. So that needs to be handled first. You guys need to have a solid, cohesive team working toward a common end. It's the addiction has been going on for however long it's been going on. Take the time to get it right. If you'd like to ask a question, you can do so in the comments section below. If you'd like to ask me directly, you can go to stevebruno.com. This is the Intervention Channel. I am Steve Bruno, and thanks for watching.